So not long ago I did a video on this machine. This is the Laserpecker LP4. It's a nice and compact machine. It's portable, as you can see. And this is a duo laser. So that means it's got a blue diode laser and an infrared laser, both in this machine. It's got a 10 watt blue diode laser and a 2 watt IR. You can do a lot of fun stuff with this. But in this video I want to talk about this one. This is his bigger brother. This is the LP5. And this machine is on another level because it's got a 20 watt blue diode, but also a 20 watt IR. So you can really do a lot of fun stuff with this. So if you want to find out what it looks like and how it performs, watch till the end, because I will do a full review on this machine. And I also got this one. This is the enclosure which goes with the LP5. So I will also show you this one. So if you like it, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And let's start with the unboxing so you can see what it looks like. So you've got a material pack. Always nice that they include this. Of course there's an instruction manual. Nice pictures, colored pictures, so very clear. Then we've got the base plate, and this is a little bit different than the LP4. Let me take the LP4. So this one is a fixed plate. You can see it's got these pre-drilled holes. They are threaded holes, but you cannot take it out. And on the LP4, let me remove this one. You can see there's also a plate, and this one you can take out and put back. So that's a little bit different than with the LP5. You've got all these boxes which are clearly indicated what's inside. These are the USB cables, and also these pieces to hold the workpiece. This is the power adapter because it's got a power brick. This is the power cable. Of course you need this, otherwise it will not work. These are the safety goggles. And these are dedicated for blue diode and also infrared. So most of the time you get these green ones. These are brown, and it's got the correct markings also on the goggles. Then I've got this one, a little converter to connect the hose to the shroud. This is the hose, nice box with all the tools. It's got USB dongles. These are keys that you need to operate the machine. So that's a cutting plate, so it raises your material, so you will get less charring on the back side. Then we've got the stand. This is a little bit bigger than the other one. Again, I will show you this one. It's a little bit taller, but this got the stepper motor inside. You can connect it to USB-C. It's got two buttons on the bottom, on the top, and you can lower and raise this automatically. Then we've got the shroud. This is also different to the LP4. So where this one is magnetically attached, you need to remove it if you want to put something under. With this model, they made it so that you can remove the front. This is magnetically attached. And if you want to put something in, you can just do so and then put this back. And this one will be screwed onto the laser. And then we've got the heart of the machine. Let me see if I can take it out. This is the head of the machine. Of course it's got a very large lens because this is a galvo style laser. It's got fans on both sides, so it's got one on this side and also on this side. This one you can remove, it's magnetically attached. Emergency switch over here, on off. Also a focus switch. It's got USB-A connectors on the back, USB-C to connect to a computer, micro USB for the key, power connector. That is basically it. So this is the enclosure. Let me open this. Again, nice manual, extra USB cable to connect the enclosure. These are the tools to mount the laser, because you can mount it on top of here. It's got a bed which can automatically be raised and lowered. So where normally the focus is set with this stand, it will raise and lower. Now the bed will be raised and lowered, so your workpiece will go up and down, just like a 3D printer. There's lighting inside, an e-stop on this side for safety, and on the back side you've got the USB-A connectors and also the power connector. So there's a pass-through. If you want to engrave larger objects, you can open the back side as well, and you can have the material go just through the enclosure. A fan on this side. You can mount this one on top of here. So it will be fixed to this enclosure, and then you can engrave things inside, and you don't need to worry about the fumes and the smoke. So that's nice. Let me do a real quick assembly. There's nothing to it. Just put this one in the base plate, like so. Then you can put in the screws. You just put this one on. This one also improved because now you can just leave it like this. On the other one it would fall because you can see over here, this is just out of balance. So you can put it and use it like this, handheld. If you want to engrave on something, you want to do plastic like this. So next, put in this square hole on here, and then you can tighten it. Then you need to connect the cable, USB A to USB C. So put it in the back, and then connect it over here. So now this one will power the stand. You can hear it turns on, start spinning, and if you press this now, you can lower the stand. It will keep lowering until you press the button again, and you can also do little steps. Same with this one. This one also has got the buttons, and the nice thing about this one as well, it's got a camera built in. So if you want to take pictures or a video, you can do so with the camera. The nice thing is, if you also got the air purifier, which I've got here from Laserpecker, this one is included. You can just clip it on here, connect it to the hose like so. Then we clip it on like this. Then we can just pull this out and then put it on the back of the air purifier like so. And then you're good to go. And your machine is connected and everything will be filtered through this filtering system. Let me open it. You can see I already used it. You can take out, there's a pre-filter, and then you've got several filtrations. This is a cartridge. So your air will be purified and you will not have the smell and smoke inside your working area. So that's good for your health, of course. So if you take this off, let me put this one aside, and you would connect it, to here. You can also connect the enclosure. So that's a well thought through system. So this machine can be operated wirelessly, so over Wi-Fi for instance. However, to set up the Wi-Fi connection, you first need to connect it using the USB cable. Once this is done, you can open the Laserpecker design space, and from there you can set up the Wi-Fi connection. Just connect to your home network, put in the password, and off you go. However, if you want to use light burn, and I will do this later on in the video, you will need to connect it using the USB cable. I also did a firmware update. First thing, I connected the machine. You can do this from Laserpecker design space. Just go to the machine settings in the top right corner, look for updates, and then you can just install the update. So this machine is now running on the latest firmware update at this moment. Also connected the air purifier, so everything is set up. So for the purpose of this video, I have removed the safety cover. Of course, you should always leave it on. But otherwise I cannot show you up close using this camera what it will look like. On the right side you can see the machine is connected. You can also see the firmware, you're up to date. So this is where you can see that. Let's go into clip art. Let me see, I will take a flower for this example. Let me do this one. I will put it here, and when I press preview, you can see this is the outline of the flower. If I move it, it will shift in relation to this. I will make it smaller for this demo, like so. And then I will exit the preview. You can select different type of materials. I will choose a 3mm basswood, and I want to do a light engrave. So I will say depth. Let's say 5. 2K resolution, 1 pass. You can see the speed. So you can see it's a really very light engrave. Let me do it again, and I will make it a little bit deeper. The nice thing is you can easily align. So I will just put it next to this one. Exit the preview. Now I will say I want an engrave depth of 20. You can see it's already darker. Also takes a little bit more time. Now let me do a little deeper. I want to do 50 depth. Engrave and confirm. You can also see a little bit more charring because of the higher power. So there you go. Let me show you up close what it looks like. I did several engravings. The first one you can see over here, this one. It's a very light. Then I did a little bit deeper. You can see it's a nice and brown one. And then I did a lot deeper. And you can see, yeah, there's some charring. You can easily clean it up. But you can see, clearly see, it's a lot deeper. So next up, I'm gonna engrave on this anodized aluminium business card. Always great fun to do. I will use the fiber laser for this. I've chosen aluminium and set it to custom. So I will set the frequency at 50 kilohertz, 1 pass, 40 power and 5% depth. As you can see, it really moves very, very fast. So there you go. Let me show you the result. Let me take it out. This is the result, a very nice and clean image. If you look very close, I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can see a little bit of lines. So I will do it again and I will set it to a 4K resolution so you can see the difference. You can see it's a little bit slower than the 2K resolution, but it will leave an even nicer result. So there we go. Let me take it out so I can show you up close. This is the one at 4K and this is perfect. If you switch it to the 2K, you can see a little bit of lines here. It's not bad at all, but you can see them. If you switch to the 4K, these lines are gone. And you can even do 8K resolution. So yeah, this is really nice. So in my review for the LP4, I also did this necklace. You can see it's engraved, it's got love on there. And it turned out a little bit light, white color. It was nice, but it was not so deep. This is a 2-watt IR and this is a 20-watt IR. So I will use the LP5 on the back of the same hanger. I will put a different design on. So I've chosen this design. I have selected the default setting. So if I choose this one, I will do stainless steel. I will leave everything on default except for I will do the 4K resolution. This is the infrared laser. So 50 kilohertz, 1 pass, 40 power, 34 depth. Let's see what it does. And it's already finished. Let me take it off. And you can already see that this is this is much better than the 2-watt IR. You can clearly see the difference. These are the hearts. This is the LP5 and this is the other side. Yeah, this is a lot lighter. And I did several passes, I think, and this is just a single pass. So engraving a metal necklace using the LP5 really works very well. And it also is very quick as well. Let me show you the one from the LP4. This one I did last time using the LP4, which has got a 2-watt infrared laser. Although it's pretty nice, it's rather light. Now switch to the one from the LP5 and you can already see a lot of difference. You can see this one is much brighter, has a really nice contrast to it. And this is only on the default setting for stainless. And the power is set at 40, so you can raise the power even more to have an even deeper engrave. So I switched over to light burn because I'm just more familiar with light burn. I've loaded a new design from Creative Fabrica and I will do a larger engrave on a piece of plywood like this. So here we go, this is the design in light burn. I've already set the The framing, as you can see. Let me start the engrave and let's see what he does. So the engraving on this wood turned out nice. As you can see, it's a pretty deep engrave as well. Not too deep because yeah, I like it like this. I gave it 2 passes because the first pass I think it was a little bit light, and this turned out much better. Also, you don't see a lot of yeah, brown marks over here like we had in the first engrave. Let me get this one. There was this one. You could see this one because it yeah, it was a pretty deep engrave, and the fan was just drawing in all this yeah, the smoke, so you can see it over here. But that's not the case with this one. Next up, I would like to try something completely different, because I've got this old tool and I've got a 20-watt fiber laser now, and I want to see if this machine can clean this old tool. If you look closely, you can see there's rust, a lot of rust and dirt over here, and I want to see if this fiber can just take it away, remove it, and make it maybe as new, I don't know. So let me show what I will do. I will use the IR laser, because this will work much better on metal than blue diode laser. I've created this rectangle, and this will cover the entire piece of the letters. So let me frame it so you can see it. I will set the speed to 60,000 millimeters a minute. I will first try 5% power. I will do constant power. I will do crosshatch. So it will go, come on, left to right and up and down. There's no overscanning needed. I will set the line interval to 0.08. 2 passes. And I think let's go with that. Here we go. It's really cool to see. Let me enlarge it a little bit. So this is only the first pass. You can already see a lot of difference. Now it's the other way around. There's still some brown marks, but you can clearly see there it's a lot cleaner already. This is nice. So let me show you the difference, because this is this is really cool. Here you can see the dirty part, and this is the one I cleaned already. 2 passes, crosshatch, and only 5% power. You can already see what it does. It is almost, yeah, it's a lot cleaner. There's still some dirt here, but you can really see the difference between this part and this part. So that's really cool. I really like this. This is nice. Next, I want to engrave on this aluminium profile. I've cut off a little piece. As you can see, this is pretty thick aluminium. I will do the engraving on the back of this using the fiber laser. Let me do 60,000 millimeters a minute at 60%. 1 pass. This is still a crosshatch. And we're ready. And it already looks amazing. Here you can see. This is absolutely beautiful. So engraving on thicker aluminium, well, this machine amazes me every time. It turned out really nice. Let me show you up close what it looks like. A little bit difficult in the lighting, but I think you can see it. It's really nice. In the next test, I want to find out if this machine can also cut metal. I've got an aluminium business card. I will set the speed to 80,000 millimeters a minute, so real fast. 80% power, and I will do 30 passes. I will put my logo on there and I will cut it out. So here we go. This is my logo. It's a line engraving, so it will be cut. I have lowered the speed a little bit as a first try. 30,000 millimeters a minute, 80%, and then 30 passes. it looks really cool. And even at 30,000 millimeters a minute, it goes pretty fast, as you can see. And we're done. Let me see if it's cut. And it is. As you can see, it cut it out. Real nice. Nice and clean cut. And this one I can also remove, as you can see, but it's a little bit delicate. So I can take out the letters. I will do this off camera. But as you can see, it's a really clean cut. Can the LP5 cut metal? Yes, it can. In this case, I've got an aluminium business card. As you can see, there's no charring, no burning on either side of the metal. There's no sharp edges as well, so it's a nice and clean cut. I cut out my logo. I glued it on a piece of paper so you can see it because it's pretty small. But it's a really nice and clean cut, as you can see. So what's next on my list? Next, I want to engrave this silicone phone cover. And I will do a full coverage. So I downloaded this pattern. I resized it so it's a little bit larger than the phone cover. And what I will do is I will set the speed to 80,000 millimeters a minute, so pretty fast. 30% power. Line interval 0.08. One pass. I just cleaned it using some regular tap water and a brush. And I think now that it's cleaned and everything is removed, I'm pretty pleased with the result. As you can see, it's a nice and clear engrave. Especially for a first try, I'm pretty happy with the result. And it only took less than 4 minutes to complete. So I can still tweak with the settings, maybe do less power, increase the speed a little bit to get an even better result. But I will call it a success. If you've done this before and you know the settings, or maybe you have some tips for me, just please leave a comment down in the comment section. I would appreciate it. But can you engrave a silicone cover using this machine? Yes, you can. Please do make sure that you have correct air purifier or a vent outside, because I don't think it will be good for your health to inhale this smoke. This is just for the video. So I have removed the shroud and added the laser onto the enclosure. You can just fixate it with 2 thumb screws. And I will show you this in a minute. But first let me show you another cool thing you can do using the infrared laser. And that's engraving higher resolution images. Let me show you this. And I think we can all agree that this is amazing. Let me check. This was 40% power, 1% depth, 1 pass, and 35 kilohertz. This is an aluminium business card. And how cool is this? I think this is great. So another nice thing that you can do using this laser. Let me show you these ones, or this one. You can also, of course, using the IR engrave on slate coaster. And again, a great result. Let me show you this. I think it's really fun. It just looks like, it's just coming out of the picture. So I think it's a pretty cool result. What I did is I first sanded down this slate coaster using 120 grit sandpaper. Then I did 1 coat of black paint, and then I engraved it. Let me check. The engravement was 2K resolution, 4% power, 5% depth, 1 pass, 35 kilohertz. And I think it came out pretty cool. So engraving on slate coaster, no problem for this machine. Then up next, I tried engraving on beech wood. This one was 2K resolution, 30% power, 30% depth, and 2 passes. And you can already see quite some depth to it. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, but you can see over here. You can see all these little parts of the body, and also the nose. So that's pretty cool. And this is only 2 passes. If you would do several passes, like a 3D depth map, then you can really create some nice depth to it. But of course you'll spend a lot more time. This one was 55% power, 30% depth, 1 pass. These were both done on the blue diode laser, so not on the infrared, because the infrared cannot do wood. And also this, you can already see quite some depth. This is only 1 pass, so it's pretty cool to do this beech wood using the blue diode laser. Then another thing that you can do using the infrared laser is engrave on metal, on stainless. And if you set the speed and the power correctly and also the frequency, you can get many different colors. Not sure if you can see it on the video. I think I need to move it around a little. Let me see how I can move it. I think that's difficult to get it on camera. Yeah, let me see. Oh, maybe like so. You can see it a little bit. You can see the gold color, the purple, the blue, the brown, the dark brown. So you can get many different colors by changing the speed and power and the frequency. And also the resolution. So you can play around with these settings. And then you can decide what color you like. And then you can do the engraving. I've done it on the back, but it's also difficult to see. I've done several flowers using different speeds and power, but it's difficult to see on the video. But hopefully it's a little bit clear. By changing the speed, power and the frequency, you can just create many different colors. This is only a 5x5. It's a material test which I created in Laserpecker Design Space. I think it's pretty cool, and it also depends on the material, of course, the thickness. And stainless steel, one type will not react as another type, so you really have to play with the settings. But eventually you can get pretty nice results and do some pretty fun stuff with it. So the enclosure, as I explained, there's a pretty easy assembly. You just remove the shroud. There's 2 thumb screws over here. Take it off, put it on top of the machine on the enclosure, and then you've got 2 other thumb screws, and you just put them in, and then it's fixed to the enclosure. You should not lift it using this handle. Always lift the enclosure. Once you've done so, you can connect a few USB cables, a power cable, and then you're done. Then you need to connect to Laserpecker Design Space using Wi-Fi. So this machine is now connected over Wi-Fi. And then once you open Design Space, you click on the snapshot. So you click on the photo. Then you can connect the camera to your Wi-Fi network, and then you can operate the camera as well. So that's nice. Everything is wireless. The bed can be raised using these buttons. So if you press the left button, it will go up. Let me see if I can show you. Let me get the camera like so. So you can see it will be raised until you press the other button and it stops. If you press and hold this one, it will lower itself until you stop. This is for taking snapshots, but you can do this from the program. The emergency switch I already explained. There's a pass-through at the back, so you can open this. So you can put larger objects through the enclosure. And once you close it, there's no air, no smoke coming out, so that's nice. On this side you can connect the air purifier, the one from Laserpecker. You can just clip it on. And there are 2 powerful fans inside. Let me see if I can show you this. Over here there are 2 fans. So you can open this to clean it, but these will suck out the air. So that's nice. I think that's basically it. You've got LED lighting, and there's a camera over here. You can see it hopefully. and this is just a lens from the laser which comes through the housing. Next up I will show you the camera in Laserpecker Design Space. I don't think you can use it in Lightburn, unfortunately. At least I couldn't see it. When I tried to open it, he couldn't find it because it's over Wi-Fi, I guess. So you have to use it with Design Space. But I think from Design Space you can also do many things you need to do. I'm just a little bit more familiar with Lightburn, and I think many of my viewers are. That doesn't mean that it's not a good program. I think it's got all the options. You can do layering, you can do depth maps. The nice thing is about Laserpecker Design Space, you can also set the frequency. This you cannot do from Lightburn, or at least as far as I know it's not possible. So that's the nice thing about the Design Space. You can play around with the frequency as well. So let me show you a nice feature of this camera setup. Over here you can see I've got my own profile saved. You can create different profiles with different settings. And I want to engrave, do batch engraving on these discs, these wooden discs. So I will put them on the paper, and for this function you will need to have a dark background. So that's why I put these on the black paper. Let me put them over here, like so. Then I will take a snapshot. So let me retake. And you will see these 4 pieces. Then I will put this cat on one of the pieces. Let me align it like so. And I will click on this function and I will say fill now. And as you can see, it automatically fills the rest of these pieces. So you can engrave everything at once. So this will save a lot of time. And I think it's a pretty nice feature. So next I want to test the accuracy of the camera. I've put a wooden slice on the cutting board. I've already set the focus. And I created a little circle which I filled. So I'm going to engrave this onto the wood. Then I will take a new snapshot. And then we can see if it's aligned or not. Let me close this one, otherwise the machine will not engrave. That's a safety precaution. Let me engrave it. Here we go. It's now engraved. Let me take another snapshot. There we go, retake. And then it should align. There we go. And you can see, let me enlarge it, it's off a little bit. So this is the actual part that I engraved, and this is the actual engraving. So what you can do is you can go to the settings and then you can fine tune it. Let me see, I need to lower it a little bit. Now it's aligned, and I think like this. So now I can save it. And then I will do it again to see if it's okay. Let me move this one. Let me close the lid and do the engraving once more. Let me enlarge it a little bit and let me retake the picture. And as you can see now, it's pretty spot on. If I would move this one 5 clicks, you can see it's there. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's pretty accurate at the moment. It will not be 100% accurate, especially if you're going to the sides of the working area. Then it might be off a little bit, but it's not bad. So when I was doing my review on the LP4 from Laserpecker, I also did an engraving on a brass coin, and it turned out pretty nice. Let me show you what it looks like. Over here you can see the engrave, and it looks pretty nice and detailed. But the LP5 being a 20 watt fiber instead of a 2 watt fiber, it can really do some deep engravings on brass. If you go into Laserpecker Design Space and you upload a depth map, there's an option to create a 3D engraving in the software. What it will let you do is you can go up to 256 passes, or layers if you will. And it can really create the entire engraving from the beginning till the end by removing layer by layer. But this process takes a lot of time. It will take up to 5 hours sometimes for one coin. You need to place large fans in front of it to remove all the dust and blow away all the dust from each layer. Otherwise it might engrave onto the second layer. But it will give a very nice and detailed result. I will not be able to do it in this video. I don't have the time, unfortunately, to get this in this video. But I will try to do it at a later stage in another video. But what I did do is I did an engrave using the LP5 on a brass coin. I only did 2 passes just to give you a little glance of what it would look like. And as you can see, it's already looking pretty detailed and nice and dark. But if you would do 256 passes, you can imagine that it will really have a very nice depth to it. This is pretty flat, you can hardly feel it. But if you would do all these passes, it would really give a very nice end result. There's a lot of videos online also from Laserpecker themselves or other people who already did this. So if you want to find out what it looks like, you can already check out these videos. And again, I will do my best to get one online later on. But for this video I will leave it with this. But it's really a very nice feature in the software. It automatically, you can set the increments that the bed will move. Either this one from the enclosure or from the automatic stand. And every time it's engraved a layer, it will shift a little bit and engrave the next one. So this way it can create the depth and the focus will remain set in focus. So that's a very nice feature from Laserpecker Design Space. So that's another nice thing of having a 20 watt fiber laser. So that's it for this week's video. I hope I explained you and showed you many of the features and things that you might want to know about this machine. Let me show you once more. Slate coaster, really nice result, especially when you do a black coat of paint before engraving. This one I really like. When you engrave on these metallic business cards, you can see the amount of detail is I think amazing. So, and this only takes, I think, 4 minutes, maybe? I don't know. Not sure again. I did a silicone phone cover. Turned out nice. One thing I really like doing was removing rust. So you can see there's an old tool. Here it's rusted and you can easily clean it using the fiber laser. You can do some coloring on metal, as you can see, just by tweaking the settings, the frequency, the power and the speed. So you can do a lot of fun stuff on stainless steel. Beech wood, nice and deep engrave using the blue laser. And I think this was 2 passes, so it's just 2 passes and you can already see the depth. So that's nice. This one is really fun to do. Using the fiber laser, you can easily cut out metal. I just cut it out of this metallic business card. And you can see the fine detail. So that's another nice benefit of having the fiber laser. Also thick aluminium. Let me see. You can see the nice engrave on there. No problem whatsoever. This one, it only takes a few seconds to do so. So the incredible speed of the Galvo style lasers are fantastic. Regular wood engravings, as you can see, it came out very nice. Even on a small hanger and like a necklace, you can see nice and crisp detail. And also in this one you can decide the color yourself by tweaking the settings. I think that's about it. I did many different materials, and hopefully again you get a nice impression of what this machine can do. It's a really versatile machine, and it's very nice if you can hook it up to the air purifier. You will not have any smell or smoke inside your workshop. The machine is a bit pricey though, so it might not be for everybody. I think you need to go in the price range of 3,000 euros for the machine and the enclosure. But it's a very versatile machine, and especially if you're running a business, then it might be an option for you, because you can get so much speed using this machine for engraving earrings or hangers like these ones, or if you want to do business cards and maybe do a batch production, this might be the machine for you. Especially with the enclosure, it will give you yeah, quite some extra features. You can get this the slide extension table for this machine, a rotary unit, so there's many options. And also Laserpecker Design Space. It's a nice software package to use. It comes with the machine, so you don't need to purchase it. That's a nice thing. You can also use it with Lightburn if you want. And also, I think it's Laserpecker Craft Space, I need to check. You can get many different designs from other people that created them. You can download them directly to the machine and into the software. So that's nice. The machine works wirelessly, wired. So you have many options. Yeah, you can also do handheld operation. So if you hook up this shroud, and then you can just do handheld engraving on the wall or on, I don't know, crates or whatever. So that's also another benefit of having this machine. So yeah, again, that's it for this week's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.